Welcome to one of America's most challenging road courses. Mike Joy and Darrell Waltrip with you at Sonoma for the Toyota Save Mart 350.
Mike, a little bit different racing today. You know, we're going to go left and right here. You'll see the foot cam. You're going to see some heeling and towing. You got to be a road course specialist to do well on this track.
A lot of elevation change here, Darrell, and those long looping S's.
Yeah, elevation, that'd be up and down, right? Well, this is going to be an up and down day for some of these guys.
Conserve the brakes, don't over-rev the engine, take it easy on that transmission, and most importantly, stay on the pavement, both left and right sides.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Sonoma Raceway for the 16th race of our second NASCAR 15 season, as we look to try to get our first win in some time here this season. Get it done here in Sonoma from last place after a horrendous qualifying run. As we are green and underway here in Sonoma, we're already making moves here the inside of Michael Annett, Josh Wise, 3 wide moves here, going ready to head into turn 1 here. So you go by McDowell and Ty Dillon here as now we move into turn 2. Big kind of McDowell's going to show us off into the tire barrier. We're bouncing off the wall over here. Absolutely a wall right, Chastain, Hail Melon. Then we go a little bit off course here, heading into 3A, and that's off. We can merge back on the track, but we lose spots down to 29th now, trying to race by Eric Almirola. JJ Haley getting a little aggressive with the corners here. We're going to slide, go sideways. We're going to hang on, we're going to save it. Haley trying to merge back on track there. We got 3 guys out there in the dirt. As they move up into 29th, first time we hop the curb, a huge hop. As now we're in the 29th, really trying to gain as much time as possible. We're sending it in, trying to gain as many spots as possible. Into Joy Logano there, into Kevin Harvick. They go wide. As we continue now through the carousel, now heading into the S's, already up in the top 20. Now underneath the side of the 42, Kyle Larson get into us. He shoves us off track. We continue to race him hard. Get into him here, hopping over the curbs. We go a little wide though off the course. They're actually going to give us a penalty for that, a 0.8 second time penalty. Very concerning. Now we have to, if we want to win this race, we have to be at least 0.8 seconds ahead of second place. Now we're underneath Newman here, moving it over into the 17th. Now by 16th. We're going by Brad Keselowski. Now we go into the top 15. A beautiful run here through the hairpin, all the way up into 13th place, gaining 3 spots through the hairpin. As now we like to go out to the rest of the years here on to lap 2 here with 10 laps to go in Sonoma. You gotta keep in mind that 0.8 of a second time penalty. As now we get after it here, down into turn 1, up into 2, and then 3 and 3A. In the back of 19, Carl Edwards, he goes sideways. We get into him, move him up out of the way right there, get physical. As you go by Edwards, now we go behind the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., trying to get up into 11, get close to top 10. We go a little bit, sending it here through the curb, and we get a 0.6 second time penalty for that. Now we get a 1.4 second total time penalty. Now another 0.8 seconds. So that's 2.2 seconds of time penalties now that we have incurred so far on through 2 laps. This is very concerning. So I'm going to start to really get more conservative and not be as aggressive through these corners, as it is really costing us here for the end of this race. We're already up in 9th place now, trying to charge by the 47 AJ Allmendinger for 8th position here through the S's. Really taking our time, being patient with it, not being over aggressive and incurring course penalties here. Really making sure to be extra careful as we catch up on the back of the 47 now here, coming into the corner before the hairpin. We get to the back of the 47, move him out of the way here in turn 10. Go by Allmendinger, now heading into turn 11 here. When we get to the back of the 41 curve, send him big cut. We're going to go sideways off of his door and make an incredible save. Go by him, charged by Ryan Blaney now through the hairpin, turn into 6 here through turn 11. As we come to now 9 laps to go, we're now into 6, only 5 spots away from the lead and just short of the top 5 right now. If we put down the fastest lap of the race right there, 1:16.44, going out to the 14 of Stewart, and in front of him going after, the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. As we're really driving hard and aggressive here, so we go to the inside of Stewart in the 14, we move by him. Now into 5th place in the top 5, really getting aggressive going after it here, trying to be careful not to go too far off into the dirt right there. We make sure we get back on course as we go after Truex for 4th. Now give him a huge shot here in the corner, give him the bump and move him right out of the way here, coming up on the carousel and the S's. So we go by Truex, and now it is just Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon, and Clint Boyer that stand between us and the lead here, coming to 8 laps here. We get a big run here through the carousel, now into the S's. Clint Boyer had a big issue, so we're going to get in the back of him, give him a little bit of a bump here, give him a big shot here through the S's, shoot him up a ways ahead of us here as we continue on to the S's. This time we don't go off into the dirt there, so as we continue to be conservative and make sure we don't incur any course penalties. Now getting in big on the 15 of Clint Boyer. Some kind of Boyer's going to go sliding way off from the tire barrier. He goes. We send him out of town as we move into 3rd now and into the hairpin. We're going to send it here by Jeff Gordon, 24. We're trying to go for the lead in 18 to Kyle Busch. We give him the bump. Big sideways. He's going to save it. We're going to save it. Jeff Gordon over inside here. Coming to 9 laps to go. I mean, we're going to have an incredible 8 laps to go. We hold off Jeff Gordon here through the S's. We pinch him out of room right there. Somehow now clear the 24 and take the lead here at Sonoma with 8 laps to go. Now we move on to the next lap. Coming to now 7 laps to go, coming to 60. We're coming for our scheduled green flag pit stop here as we get ready to come in. Of course, just that time, so about halfway through the race, we come in for the pit stop here. It's going to be a normal 15-second stop here. 17 seconds, so we get a couple of repairs on the engine, which is actually ailing here, so we're going to let the whole field fly right on by us as we now try to make our way back forwards to the front as we come for pit road. A lap earlier than a bunch of cars coming with me, but there's about half the field that's going to stay out and extend it one more lap than they should be, not going to lie, but we make it through here. Back to the start-finish line, and now into our pit stall here at the very end of pit road. And pit crew's going to get down to work. And the pit crew does a great job. They're going to get us out. Normal, good stop. We're going to come out on the racetrack in 41st. Only myself, Ricky Stenhouse, and I believe Michael and that were the three. No, Michael's in front. So only myself, Ricky Stenhouse, and one other driver that ended up pitting here on. So now we move on to the next lap, lap 7. We've now caught up to Michael. I'm moving up into 29th. Up some guys that pitted. Now we're going to fly by Michael and that now into 28th place. Some more guys waiting to pit here, really stretching their fuel out. And we go by the 66 of Michael Waltrip. Some big contact right there. Move him up and out of the way. Now going out to 98 of Josh Wise for 26th place. Bigger on the inside of him. Cut through the curbs here into the S's and go around Josh Wise into 26. We're really getting aggressive here on the throttle. We want to make sure we beat the cars that are on pit road right now for their green flag one and only stop of the day, so we can fly right by them. It's been a caution-free race so far. This might be our first caution-free race of the season as we go after Todd Gilliland up ahead in 25th. As now we sail by all the guys in pit road. We're going to slam the tire barrier. A hard hit into the tire barrier right there as we completely missed the braking zone. But now we move up into 13th, go by Keller. So we're flying by the whole guys on pit road. We're going to come out of this coming down into turn 1 and turn 2 in the lead as we fly by everyone who pitted, so we cycle out perfectly right where we need to be in the race lead with a well over 3-second lead, which is what we need after our time penalties we incurred on the first 2 laps. And we are off to the races here in Sonoma, leading Jeff Gordon by 10 seconds. Now we move on to the last lap of this race here through the S's for the final time. Lead Jeff Gordon by 17.8 seconds. I mean, we're really putting the hammer down and sailing away from Jeff Gordon as we go through, heading into the final corners for the final time here in Sonoma, coming up to the hairpin here as we have just enough gas to go the distance here in Sonoma. We go into the hairpin for the final time. Super conservative on the braking zone, but definitely not enough as we're still going to go way deep in there. We're going to avoid the tire barrier and accelerate back to the start-finish line. For the final time, we come through turn 11, and we are going to win in Sonoma. And that will be our 6th win of the season, I believe. Something like that. I've lost count at this point. But we got to get it done here in Sonoma, get the win, and return to victory lane for the first time in a couple of events. Now we're going to do a nice burnout here on the front stretch if we can. As we finally, back-to-back years, winning in Sonoma here, back-to-back seasons. So no sweat there. We used the track that we're good at. We just had to make sure we got that early race charge through us. We did. We come through to get the win here comfortably over Jeff Gordon. And now next we got to head to the next episode. We're going to head to Daytona, and what is going to be a very tense episode because this is the Super Speedway at Daytona. Last season, of course, Michael McDowell, you had that upset winner. We're going to see if we can try to get our redemption at Daytona in the next episode as we do our big burnout here in Sonoma. And now we're going to head to Victory Lane to celebrate with the crew after this awesome, dominant win in Sonoma. So I review the final race results. Of course, myself, your winner, leading the most laps, leading 5 of them. Jeff Gordon, your runner-up with a very strong finish. Kyle Busch comes home in 3rd. Clint Boyer in 4th. And Martin Truex Jr. rounds out your top 5. Then Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch, Allmendinger, Biffle, and Kenseth round out your top 10 here at Sonoma. And then you can see further down Denny Hamlin 11th, Blaney in 12th, Jr. in 13th, Vickers 14th, Carl Edwards is 15th, Keselowski, Casey Kane, Ryan Newman, Kevin Harvick, and Austin Dillon all in the top 20. Larson finishes 21st, Logano 23rd. And a ways down, you're going to find way down, Paul Menard, your last place finisher, 1 lap down. But we get it done here, dominating in Sonoma as we look to see the updated point standings. Of course, you know, your boys can be at the top of the board. 7 wins. All right, that's our 7th win this season. So we have 7 wins now and 11 top 10s through 16 races. Denny Hamlin has 2 wins. Jeff Gordon and Matt Kenseth, those are 4 winners so far this season. You got Vickers with his 2 wins as the 5th, Kyle Busch the 6th, Tony Stewart the 7th, and Ryan Blaney going to be our 8th winner of the season. So 8 winners so far. So now we have 10 races left, 8 spots available, and the 8 spots in points are going to go to Casey Kane, Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, Greg Biffle, Carl Edwards, AJ Allmendinger, Martin Truex, Jamie McMurray, and Brad Keselowski. And so until next episode, I hope you all have a good one.